Now we're going to take a look at what the dairy supply chain would look like for milk back in the early days of our country. So for milk, what do you need? You need a cow. And then what does the cow need to stay alive? It needs feed. And it needs land to graze on. And then how do we get the milk from the cow? You need a milkmaid, right? To milk the cow. And then usually it wouldn't be the milkmaid that would every day take care of the cow, right? So we also need a farmer. And then to sell the milk, they'd have to have something to put it in, right? So bottles. And the milkmaid would need a bucket, right, to put the milk in. Bucket. And then where are they going to sell the milk? They didn't have refrigeration back then, so they couldn't send it far, right? So they had to sell it just to their neighbors. So it would be like horse and buggy, maybe. So that if we go back and look over these things, look at where do they come from. So the cow, probably the farmers had generations of cows, right? So the cow comes from the farm. What about the feed? Well, more than likely the feed also comes from the farm, right? He probably grows his own. And then land is already part of the farm. And the milkmaid is probably the farmer's daughter, right? So she's also from the farm. The farmer probably lives on, it was land probably passed down to him. It's probably a family business. So he's also from the farm. And what about the bucket? That one's a little bit more difficult. But back then, they could make things like that by hand, right, at home. So that's probably also from the farm. And then the bottles, that one's a little bit more difficult because to make a glass bottle, you'd have to blow glass, which most people didn't do at home. So maybe he got that one from, like, the town market. And then the horse and buggy, he's probably also had, or maybe got from the market. You could put either one. So if you look at this one, this is a lot more simple. It's not international. It doesn't go across to different countries. It's all locally, and even all like within the same state, probably, right? So the supply chains back in the day were a lot more simple.